Down to 10 seconds remaining in overtime, and Michael has the ball, again guarded by Shawn Marion. The fadeaway, yes!
It's over, ladies and gentlemen. The judges are coming.
In the golden eras of the concept, the NBA All-Star Weekend was an experience. In such a star-driven league, there were few nights more exciting than the one time a year when all the world's best players got together, showcased their immense talent, and played some great basketball in the process. Legends were finally allowed to team up side by side. Anytime the ball was in play, the fans were in for a treat, getting to see constant great matchups between stars that they couldn't witness anywhere else. And with all this amalgamation of talent and excitement has come some of the most memorable moments and matchups in NBA history. Shaq guarding MJ, Vince Carter in the dunk contest, that famous dance-off, Kobe showing out against the GOAT in his first ever All-Star game and then showing out against the new GOAT in his last ever All-Star game. There's Blake Griffin jumping over the Kia, there's KG's lob to Kobe, Melo's lob to LeBron, D Wade's lob to LeBron, hell, LeBron's lob to LeBron, and of course you can't forget the most legendary head-to-head showdown in the history of basketball when Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon made the basketball world theirs for 45 minutes during the 2016 dunk contest. No matter what, it seemed like every year the All-Star Weekend was a blast where we could see our favorites show out, and it was. Until it wasn't. The dunk contest that was once a factory of iconic moments was now soulless and void of any recognizable players. The skills challenge that used to, well, that's always been ass, but the game itself, the centerpiece of the weekend, has melted into meaningless shot chucking when it used to be a chance for players to settle scores. The NBA All-Star Weekend has officially lost its heart, and it all comes down to the fact that the players simply aren't built the same way that they used to be. They simply don't care anymore. I'm about to show you why they don't care and break it all down for you piece by piece. But first, if you don't subscribe in the next 10 seconds, you'll get bad luck for life. I'm not gonna do that. If you enjoy the video, just please subscribe and drop a like. We're trying to beat our projections and reach 10K by the end of the year, so if you feel like helping out a small channel, then feel free to subscribe. I'm not gonna beg you. Alright, thank you, and with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. The NBA players of today simply don't care like they used to, and what I mean by that is the passion and drive for legacy that used to exist behind the eyes of MJ, Kobe, Shaq, KG, and more has been snuffed out in favor of supermax contracts, NIL deals, and building a brand over building a legend. This battle between championships and complacency in the NBA dates back all the way to the very birth of the league itself. In the very beginnings of the NBA, the players were getting paid pennies on the dollar, less than a plumber's salary, and the game wasn't profitable. The only players that were playing were those who had a genuine passion for the new sport. For decades, as the game grew, this was the case. The game was run on passion and players doing everything in their power to win because it was their main and only incentive. This passion is what grew the game, and the more stars that came, the more money funneled in. From Wilt and Bill to Magic and Bird, generation by generation, new stars emerged and grew the league into millions and billions, but that passion remained. That rivalry and glory was still the main factor that ruled over the league. But that was all up until a warm June 19th in 1984, where with the third pick in the NBA draft, a team decided to take a chance on a kid from North Carolina.
The Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan changed everything. Yes, basketball was big in the US, but now it was huge. Yes, other countries like the Philippines and China were aware of the game, but now it was engulfing itself in their culture. Yes, athletes had taken the world by storm before, but none quite like Michael Jordan. MJ was the catalyst of the load management, superstar championship droughts, and lack of ferocity that we see in our league today. No, MJ didn't partake in any of those concepts. In fact, he was the antithesis of them, but when MJ became a global mega celebrity from dribbling an orange ball, the young players around the world took notice. They weren't listening to Larry Bird and Magic Johnson express their pure, undying hatred for each other and dire need to win a championship anymore. They were watching the black cat file into his limo as hordes of paparazzi folded over one another just to get a glimpse of him. Slowly but surely, the Mamba mentality carried from KG, Kobe, Paul Pierce, and others fizzled out retirement by retirement, ushering in a new wave of media popularity reigning supreme. Gone were the days of players being mortal enemies over a game of basketball, cities brewing intense rivalries, and any old game having more meaning because of it. Passion had finally fallen to popularity. The kids weren't lacing up and shooting 500 shots a night in the warm light of their porch in the driveway anymore. They were pointing to the logo of a high school gym and dropping 90 at age 12. The Kobes and MJs of the world had now been replaced by the LaMelo Balls and Julian Newmans, and that is echoed on the biggest stage itself, the NBA. When players care less about winning and more about their fame and fortune, basketball becomes a game again. Just a game. One being played for entertainment and not one being played to perfection. And when you take all of the weight off of a game in which the players already barely care, the result is this bullshit we have to sit through a year after year. The NBA's biggest problem now more than ever isn't generating an offense, finding new talent to take over the league, expanding their horizons, or other similar problems. The NBA's actual biggest problem is forcing the players who make millions of dollars to dribble up and down a wooden floor want to play the sport they supposedly love. I could sit here and yell all day about how the NBA needs to add a 1v1 tournament or mix up the All-Star game rules or some other wacky variation of the game, but if you have to force professional basketball players to play basketball, the issue goes deeper than any changes that can be made. And Adam Silver has done the best he could to counter this. He added drafting to teams to give them more of a united outlook and spark controversy. He added a target score, but the only thing that Silver can't add is passion, and for that, the All-Star game will slowly fizzle out year after year after year until it's hardly a thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I think I'm one of the only people who actually enjoys watching the All-Star weekend, but even I'm getting sick of these unwatchable pickup games. Even the dunk contest isn't fun anymore because no NBA star wants to genuinely compete. Yes, Mac McClung is incredible and such a joy to watch, but at that point, bring out Jordan Kilgannon and fan dunkers because McClung isn't even on an NBA roster. And yeah, they brought out Jaylen Brown for the contest last year, but he's not even the biggest name on his own team. And the only thing memorable about his performance was how awful it was, going from guys doing impossible dunks over a 7-foot spinning mascot to dudes doing the most basic dunk ever over someone who's 5'3". And he was sitting down, are we for real? The NBA All-Star Weekend is a joke at this point, and while I can understand not wanting to go hard in a standard full-length pickup game, I have no idea why high flyers like Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant don't want to participate in the dunk contest. Think of the sheer amount of viewers it would pull if the NBA's best dunkers got together and had a dunk contest. That's literally what it's supposed to be. That is what it used to be. And now it's just random after random after random stepping up and boring the entire world. But hey, don't worry, because this year's dunk contest is gonna have Andre Jackson Jr. Yeah, I'm sick of this Honestly, you guys can scour the internet and find infinite suggestion videos on YouTube on how to fix the All-Star game, but in my opinion, nothing changes until someone takes charge and stops sucking the fun out of the weekend that's supposed to celebrate the party of a league the NBA is. And I'm not talking about Adam Silver stepping up, I'm talking about a young star who wants to stick it to people and finally put the game on the map again. No, I won't be tuning into the skills challenge to watch Scotty Barnes dribble a ball off his foot again, nor will I be watching Andre Jackson Jr. do a shitty recreation of an iconic dunk in the dunk contest. But I will pop in to watch Wemby and LeBron go head to head in all-star jerseys, just like how Kobe and MJ did all those years ago when it meant something. On a real note though, people are only mad about the All-Star game around this type of year when it's happening, and it's not even a real problem. Like, you just straight up don't have to watch it. It isn't even that serious to complain about or be outraged for. It's just a chill time to mark the halfway point of the season, and it doesn't have to be spectacular or a life-altering event. Honestly, just relax, guys. It's not that deep. And I'm realizing now that that contradicts literally everything I just said. So you know what? The All-Star game sucks. I hate it. I hate the NBA. All right, that's enough. Subscribe. It's free.